Welcome back to the session 3 of Effective Teaching Method. Let me start with case study method. Students learn better from examples than from logical development starting with basic principles. The use of case studies can therefore be an effective classroom technique. Case studies have long been used in business schools, law schools, medical schools, and the social science, but they can be used in any discipline. The case method combines two elements, the case itself and the discussion of that case. A teaching case is a rich narrative in which individuals or groups must make a decision or solve a problem. In case method teaching, students review a real world situation that poses a thought-provoking problem or dilemma. Students are placed in the role of decision maker and asked how they would resolve the problem. There are different types of case study. They are individual case study, study of organizations and institutions, studies of events, roles and relationship, set of individual case study, community studies, social group studies. Case studies are in-depth investigations of a single person, group, event or community. Typically, data are gathered from a variety of sources and by using several different methods. The next method is work together as a team. As everyone knows, the end result of the collaborative effort is always immense. So, think about spending some quality time with your colleagues. Ask them to share their views on improving teaching methods. You can see many of them come up with interesting strategies. So, collaborate and introduce innovative teaching method. And I would like to give an idea about Edward Dallas cone of experience. A very famous quote says, "If I see, I forget. If I hear, I will remember. If I do, I will understand. And it will be able to remember for longer period." Here, Edward Dallas diagram says, suppose if the students are reading, they are able to remember it 10% after 2 weeks of time. If they listen to your lecture, they are able to remember 20%. If the teacher shows some videos, students are able to remember 30%. If we give some demonstration, students will be able to remember 50%. If we ask them to participate in a discussion, they'll be able to remember almost 70%. If you ask them to give presentation or if you prepare them to participate in real-time experience, they'll be able to remember almost 90% of what they have done. So, Dallas cone of experience is a model that incorporates several theories related to instructional design and learning process. Edgar Dallas theorized that learners retain more information by what they do as opposed to what is heard, read and observed. As a teacher, to tackle the challenge of teaching effectively, you should implement innovative ideas that make the classroom experience more lovable for your students. Your choice of teaching method depends on what fits you, your educational philosophy, classroom demographic, subject areas, and college mission statement. Teaching theories can be organized into 4 categories based on 2 major parameters: a teacher-centered approach versus a student-centered approach, and high-tech material use versus low-tech material use. Teacher-centered approach to learning. In this method, teachers are main authority figure in a teacher-centered instruction model. Students are viewed as empty vessels who passively receive knowledge from their teachers through lectures and direct instruction, with an end goal of positive results from testing and assessment. In this style, teaching and assessment are viewed as 2 separate entities. Student learning is measured through objectively scored test and assessment. In case of student-centered approach to learning, teachers are still an authority figure in a student-centered teaching model. Teachers and students play an equally active role in the learning process. The teacher's primary role is to coach and facilitate students' learning and overall comprehension of material, and to ensure student learning through both formal and informal forms of assessment, like group projects, student portfolios, and class participation. In the student-centered classroom, teaching and assessment are connected because of student learning is continuously measured during teacher instruction. High-tech approach to learning. Advancement in technology have propelled the education sector in the last few decades. As the name suggests, the high-tech approach to learning utilizes different methodology to aid students in their classroom learning. Many educators use computers and tablets in the classroom, and others may use the internet to assign homework. The internet is also beneficial in classroom setting as it provides unlimited resources. Teachers may also use the internet in order to connect their students with people from around the world. Low-tech approach to learning. While technology undoubtedly has changed education, many educators opt to use a more traditional low-tech approach to learning. Some learning styles require a physical presence and interaction between the educator and the student. Additionally, some research has shown that low-tech classroom may boost learning. For example, students who take handwritten notes have better recall than students who take typed notes. Ultimately, tailoring the learning experience to different types of learners is incredibly important, and sometimes students work better with the low-tech approach. Teaching is a profession that encompasses the passion and desire to motivate and encourage students to develop a lifelong love of learning. It has many challenges but also provides many rewards. Students are inspiration in their desire to learn from those around them and should be valued for the contribution they make to the world. Teachers are facilitators and guides on a student's journey to developing essential skills and knowledge to become valued and worthwhile members of the community. Finally, the effective teacher aim is to model and teach students to be creative, flexible, metacognitive, confident, and to have self-efficacy. With this, I am completing my lecture. I would like to thank our BBA Department HOD, Mr. Jaideep Sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity to take part in this faculty development program. And I would also like to thank my dear colleagues who supported me to make this presentation. And I thank you all for your patience. Thank you.